The following program is presented by Pro Sound and Video.
Today on Broward Teen News, we're at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School to learn all about the home of the Eagles.
Stay tuned to learn more about MSD's annual multicultural show,
Parkland's fun-filled family fair,
a gymnast's determination for her sport,
and much more. Hello and welcome to Broward Teen News, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High edition. My name is Alana Sosa.
And I'm Melissa Azzarito. Today we will be taking a look inside of our school to showcase some of the amazing events going on inside of our community.
Like our first story, where Stoneman Douglas students got together to showcase multiple cultures from around the globe, let's check it out.
Welcome to the MSD 2022 Multicultural Show!
You may have heard that it takes 80 days to travel around the world, but the students at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School made it possible in just 2 class periods. The MSD Multicultural Show highlights the beauty of different cultures and ethnicities through a variety of different art forms.
Throughout the show, we have a variety of cultures featured, but some that are highly represented are the Dominican Republic and many Latin American ones, like places like Colombia, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, but we also have India, Korea, China, stuff like that.
From Spain to India to Brazil and beyond, the Multicultural Show features different kinds of dances, songs, music, and poems, each correlating to different cultures.
The show is divided into 2 acts, and between those, there is different dances, but there is acting in between each dance. And at the first act, we see poetry in the beginning.
The theme of the show is Travel Diaries. It focuses on a prop journal filled with pictures of 2 grandparents on their honeymoon in different countries. The show itself is about 3 kids finding their grandparents' travel diaries and using it as a guide for their own adventures throughout the world.
There's this old couple that's taking their grandchildren throughout different times in their lives, and they're just going through their past and revisiting the places that they've visited.
Putting together such an all-encompassing show is no easy task. The students have attended practices since August to ensure that the show runs as smoothly as possible. Practices lasted anywhere from 2 to 3 hours every single week.
We've put in a lot of work. It's taken about 2.5 months of practices alone with our groups, and now that we're getting close to the actual event, we've had rehearsals every day after school, and it's just taken a lot of effort from all of the students and teachers who have been involved.
There's a lot of coordinators for the tryouts at first, and then after you try out, you need the choreographers to make the dances, and then they have to find their own rooms, or sometimes they're on, sometimes they're off campus to get to practice. And then when it comes to the auditorium practices, it comes there's lighting, there's teacher approvals, service hours too, and so it takes a long time to get this stuff working.
As hard and time-consuming as it was to create the show, the work was well worth it. For many students, seeing their culture represented is inspiring and exciting, not to mention educational for other students.
It means a lot to see that Haiti's actually being represented in this school. There's not a lot many people you could go to and talk to, so it's really amazing that I get a chance to really show what my culture is really about.
The cast and crew members put on an amazing performance. Not only was the Multicultural Show entertaining, but empowering and educational as well. This is Lexi Padowitz reporting for WMSD TV News.
Up next, reporter Matthew Kaufman gives us a look inside of Parkland's Family Fun Fest.
It's that time of year. The Parkland Carnival has returned, and it looks to be another weekend of fun. This year's carnival has a variety of rides for all ages, such as bumper cars or even terrifying drop towers.
That thing was pretty awesome. The big drop. I was floating in the air for a minute.
It gives me butterflies in my stomach.
A frequent visit were all the concession stands, selling sweets and mouth-watering deep-fried foods.
My favorite part about the carnival is the food.
The carnival games were a fun way to test your skills in hopes of winning prizes such as rubber ducks and even huge teddy bears.
Hey, Daddy!
There is no dull moment at the carnival. There is something for everybody.
My favorite part about the carnival is honestly just the faster kind of rides that spin you around, because it gets you dizzy and it's fun.
My experience has just been really fun overall, and I really hope I can come back next year because it's just a great time and you have a lot of fun. Favorite part about the carnival is probably gotta be the drop towers. It's the only thing you really feel something like.
Will you be at the Parkland Carnival next year? I sure will.
Now, let's go to a story that spotlights one MSD gymnast and her determination to do the sport that she loves.
Hi, I'm Halen, and I'm a Division I gymnast. I have a scholarship to the University of Michigan. There's only maybe 100-ish scholarships in the whole United States for gymnastics, but I was able to get one of the 2 scholarships to the University of Michigan. They offered me a full ride because of my gymnastics and my education as well. What drove me to the University of Michigan was not only the gymnastics, but obviously the education. They're #1 right now, ranked public universities in the United States. That's something you can't get anywhere else, and the fact that I'm getting it for free, it's a blessing. Because I do love school and I love gymnastics so much, I've learned to balance both of them equally. I do like to try to challenge myself a little bit, so maybe I'll take 1 to 2 AP classes. I'm in all advanced classes, but I try to lower the AP a little bit just so I'm not overstressing myself. I know school always comes before athletics, but because gymnastics is really important to me, I make time for gymnastics as well. There's a lot that goes into being a gymnast. It's extremely, extremely exhausting, especially those days where you just don't want to come in. You're tired, exhausted from school, but you know you have to, especially when you've gotten the scholarship. You really have to push through those hard days and know that the hard days will make you better. I've learned to just roll with the punches and just take in every moment and just have fun, honestly.
Every year, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas students get the opportunity to compete in a national film and television competition called STN.
This year, they came back with a first-place win. Let's see their winning story.
Outside the Long Beach Convention Center is a food truck. Inside, a hardworking man cooking up funnel cakes and smiles.
You have to be committed to work on these trucks.
Carlos Cascara has owned Drizzle for 5 years, working long hours every day.
You start like 6, 7 in the morning, go fill up the truck, get gas in it, propane, get the people ready, the people that are gonna help you and the truck, and then just get to the event early so you can start up and set up.
But Carlos isn't looking to slow down.
Yeah, he wants to work. He doesn't want to sit down and do nothing. He wants to work. For him, just doing nothing is boring.
For Carlos, all the work behind the scenes is worth it when his customers get a taste of something unique.
But it's all good, you know, because at the same time you see the smiles on their faces, like the first time they get the funnel, like, oh my God, I have never get a funnel in my life, and they see it and they're like, oh, this is awesome. That's all worth it.
And the payment of a smile motivates him to push through the hard days.
You know, they're all smiling, and you know, you still have a bad day, but then you see them smile and just brighten up your day. It's like, okay, I see why not, you know?
For STN, this is Emily Drellick reporting.
Stoneman Douglas's band is known for their excellence. Here's Ava Nyland with the inside look at the Eagle Regiment's win at the Florida State Championship.
Good morning, everybody. Today is Saturday, November 19th. It is very early in the morning, and today I'm going to take you on my journey to the FMBC Florida Marching Band State Championships. So we're at our state final performance warm-up. As you can tell, there's tons going on in the background. Everyone is warming up, and we're about to perform our show for the very last time for the 2022 season. We're about to perform. Wish us luck. How do you feel that this is your very last run of the season?
If it wasn't for London, I'd be crying right now, but I'm thinking about London, So this guy's not making me cry, even though I love him so much. And I'm so happy that the season went so well. We're going to get a 96. We're going to get a 96. We're going to break the record.
Right after the run, recording. It's gonna be crying.
In first place, with a score of 95.
So we are exiting the field for the last time as 5A state champions with a score of 95 point something. We don't know yet because we couldn't hear it. But I'd say it's a pretty successful night.
Here at MSD, we like to give back to the community whenever we can. Here's reporter Heidi Dumke to tell us more about our school's recent blood drive.
OneBlood partnered up with MSD's JRTC program to have students volunteer to donate their blood to help those in need. Every 2 seconds, someone in the U.S. needs a blood or platelets transfusion, which is why OneBlood came to Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School to help satisfy those needs.
The Big Red Buses are here today to take blood from our students, which can help others.
The blood drive is open to all MSD students. However, there are some requirements that have to be met in order to donate.
So the requirements to donate blood, you have to be at least 110 pounds and be at least 16 years old.
Some students may believe that donating blood is a scary process. However, they come to find that's actually less scary than they think.
My experience with donating is kind of, nervous at the beginning because, it's a big needle going in your arm. But then after that, it's kind of, you're just hanging out. I don't know, I just really like donating and helping out in general. And I've done it before many times.
OneBlood's appearance at MSD won't be presented in vain, as many students find it actually helps them become more comfortable for donating again in the future. This builds the foundation for responsible and generous decision making.
I think donating now as a young kid definitely promotes the idea of, donating in the future and, helping out more people in the future too.
All blood donated by MSD students will go to helping those in need, making the world a better place, one donation at a time. This is Heidi Dumke reporting for WMSD TV News.
Here at BTN, we have the pleasure of working with other schools in the area to find out what's happening here in South Florida.
Here's a story from Doral Academy Preparatory School on how one California flower shop became a local favorite.
A beautiful California florist has grown to be tremendously successful, winning top florist 6 years in a row. Immigrant-owned, this flower shop has beat the odds and embraced the American dream, becoming a local favorite.
Yeah, my wife, Josie, she's originally from Brazil, and I have a lot of honor and respect for her for all the things that she's accomplished coming here to the United States and turning her dreams and passions into a reality.
She gets to compete with larger businesses that are mainly owned by men, and obviously when people come in here, they never think she's the owner, just because either she is black or because she's a woman. So they will look at Tom, which is our manager, and will think he is the owner. So that's a major difficulty for her to get out there and be, hey, this is my business.
Aside from its unique ownership, this flower shop is also distinctive for its ideal customer service.
Smaller shops create more like a family or like a friend-related thing where people come here because they feel comfortable.
She imparts this into everyone that is here at the shop, all of our team members, is make each arrangement like you were going to bring it into your own home.
A beautiful California florist demonstrates the courage to depart from the norm and surpass challenges. Reporting for Student Television Network, I'm Eva Garcia. Now back to your anchors.
Now, let's pass it off to reporter Andrea Colonna to share more about a vegan grocery store's mission to mitigate plastic waste.
Many of us shop at big-name brands without thinking of the consequences. This small business owner was unsatisfied with their values and took action. Through opening up a vegan grocery store, Katie has been able to make a difference.
What initially inspired me is just seeing all the plastic waste in our waterways, on the streets. Just when you walk down the street, you really can't avoid seeing some kind of litter. And then the idea for the shop was creating a bigger initiative or option, place for everyone to go to also boycott all these big businesses, corporations that are essentially destroying the planet.
As Katie dedicated an endless amount of time into this grocery store, she allowed this business to channel into her personal life.
There was a lot of changes I needed to make for my personal lifestyle. I had to start shopping in different stores. I had to do research on every single product that I bought, including food, clothing, literally everything.
Knowing that I can come to a business like this, a local grocery store, and I can trust everything about the process makes life and living a lot easier.
Katie has built a welcoming environment for all her customers and hopes to extend this feeling towards her surroundings.
A big thing for me is just not wanting to be part of the destruction of the planet. So that's my big motivation to keep me moving forward and to continue this lifestyle. So if you're thinking about making this change, just start. Start somewhere, start with one purchase at a time.
Katie's store has quickly become a staple in the vegan community. She has overcome various obstacles and has created a better lifestyle for herself and her customers. Reporting for Student Television Network, I'm Andrea Colonna, back to your anchors.
While driving around, you've probably seen motorcyclists on the road with you. In this next story, we will find out more about what it's like to ride on two wheels.
I ride on a Harley-Davidson Street Bob, commute every day. I don't have a car, so I ride and move around only by motorcycle, and it's been really wonderful. It's just a different thing. You feel way more connected with something much larger than just you know, riding around in a cage.
There's a lot of freedom in it. There's a lot of ability to escape what you're doing at the time. Could really take you out of, you know, if you're going through some struggles or you just need to get away, it's great to be able to get on a bike and go stretch your legs and stretch your mind at the same time.
The biggest change with riding two wheels versus a car is just your exposure to the elements. There is a sense of individualism and a sense of solidarity, you know, and just being kind of alone with yourself that happens with motorcycles that doesn't happen in the same way with vehicles.
But the cool thing about riding to work, and in some cases if you have fun roads and things like that, it's like skateboarding to work. You're exposed to the environment, so everything is out there for you. With the feedback that you're getting from the road, coming through the tires, the wheels, the handlebars, the seat, the foot pegs, you know, all those things are communicating with you as you're riding a bike. So it's a very sensory experience being on two wheels.
I would rather ride a motorcycle than a car any day.
Good day, my fair lady.
What are you saying?
Sorry. I'm just trying to get into character for the Renaissance Fair coming into town. Here's more on that story.
The Florida Renaissance Festival is back in Broward. Almost every year, the Renaissance Festival sets up not far from Marjory Stoneman Douglas. 2023 is no exception, and students are excited to go. The fair is all about medieval culture with shows, rides, and attractions. Additionally, each weekend is a different theme that excites people of all ages.
I am about to go to Renfest. It's just that I do not know for the dates. I think I'm going to be at the weekend for Celtic or for the Alice in Wonderland themed weekend.
The festival offers lots of shows, such as jousting and magic. There are also dozens of vendors that sell medieval souvenirs and gifts. Plenty of carnival-style games are at the fair too. The fair keeps guests occupied with all these activities for the whole day.
I spent pretty much the entire day, and I did all kinds of stuff. I mainly watched the shows, but I also, went shopping and, all the usual stuff you do there.
Guests don't just go for the attractions. To some, the whole concept of the Renaissance Fair is the most thrilling. Many can be seen in costumes before even entering the gate, and the entire fair is decorated to fit the occasion.
I guess I'm really excited for like the big picture and to see everyone like dressed up into the costumes and to see all the like cool tricks and stuff. It just seems like really cool and fun. I'm planning on going with a group of friends because everything's better with more people.
All of the festivities and costumes are what make the fair so special. The fair is still on for 3 more weeks and ends on the 26th. The Renaissance Fair is an amazing experience for everyone, and many students are excited to attend the fair this March. This is Tyler Shapins reporting for WMSD-TV News.
Since 2018, many organizations have formed to find light after the tragedy at MSD. Reporter Hadi Dumke spotlights an event held by one of these organizations.
On Sunday, February 12th, Pompano Beach was filled with people with a purpose. The Gina Rose Montallo Memorial Foundation was made in honor of Gina's memory after the Parkland tragedy in 2018. Every year, family, friends, students, and volunteers come together to honor Gina's memory and to help clean the environment.
We do a beach cleanup because Gina loved the beach. She did surf camp every year, and that was a summer camp that she did with my kids also, which was so nice. It was something that they enjoyed doing together for summer camp. So being at the beach was a big part of her life.
The annual beach cleanup acts as both a way to help clean the environment, but also a way to bring peace to the community.
It brings peace of mind not just to the community, but to the family as well. That not just only for Gina, but for all the 17 lives that were lost. So I hope that an event like this and all the events through the foundation will help continue keeping Gina's light shining for many generations to come.
While events like these can be somber, they provide a great environment for people to come together for comfort and healing.
I think it'll just affect the community by just bringing people together, just having them work for something to better everyone, and just say, you know what, nothing else matters. We're here with our friends. Let's do what we came for. Just remembering good times, and we can remember the sad things on the 14th. But the rest of the time, we should remember the jokes we made, the things they did, the little things.
Events like these help keep the memory of victims alive and honor what they love to do.
I hope that this event will help inspire more people, not only to help keep our environment safe and clean and honoring Gina, but also brings about more awareness to the issues that we've been having in America with gun violence.
While emotional wounds from the Parkland tragedy still exist, it's events like these that help people heal. This is Heidi Dumke reporting for WMSD-TV News.
Unfortunately, many teens experience symptoms of depression and anxiety. Here's a PSA about recognizing the signs of mental illness. Next up, reporter Avery Landsman tells us about the Relay for Life event hosted at MSD.
Saturday, April 1st, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas hosted the annual Relay for Life fundraiser event. Many students and community members showed up to volunteer, participate, and donate at the event. Relay for Life is put on by the American Cancer Society and is a place to celebrate survivors and remember those who have been lost.
So Relay for Life is a fundraiser to raise money for any type of cancer. It's really just a fun event that people can, raise money for charity.
American Cancer Society funds more than just research. The money raised at MSD on Saturday stays in the Broward County area and pays for things such as rides to chemotherapy and hiring assistants.
A lot of the money is given for programs like wigs for women who may have lost their hair, and researchers and doctors who are working on some of the biggest breakthroughs there are in science today.
Relay for Life holds significant meaning in many communities and is a great way to show support for those who are or were affected by cancer.
It means a lot to me to help raise money and help volunteer and for an event to, raise money for cancer awareness.
Relay for Life is also a perfect event for students to get involved and a way to earn service hours. You can go to cancer.org to donate or mark your calendar for the next annual Relay for Life event. This is Avery Landsman reporting for WMSD TV.
Well, that wraps it up for Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. I'm Alana Sosa.
And I'm Melissa Azarito. For stories like these and more, be sure to like our Broward Teen News Facebook page.
See you next time.
Broward Teen News was brought to you by ProSound and Video.